The first snow of the season always brought a sense of magic to the small town of Wintervale. Nestled in a valley surrounded by pine-covered hills, Wintervale transformed into a winter wonderland every year as the snow blanketed the town, turning it into a picturesque scene straight out of a fairy tale. On the morning of the big snow day, 10-year-old Lucy woke up to find the world outside her window covered in a thick layer of pristine white snow. Her eyes widened with excitement as she pressed her nose against the cold glass, watching the snowflakes gently falling from the sky. "Mom! Dad! It's snowing," she shouted, rushing down the stairs to wake her parents. Her mother, Emma, and father, Jack, groggily emerged from their bedroom, smiling at their daughter's enthusiasm. They had lived in Wintervale all their lives and knew how much Lucy loved the snow. All right, we're up," Jack said with a chuckle. "Let's have some breakfast first, and then we can go outside and enjoy the snow." Lucy could hardly contain her excitement as she quickly ate her breakfast and bundled up in her warmest winter clothes. She put on her snow boots, a thick coat, a woolen hat, and mittens, ready to take on the winter wonderland waiting for her outside. As soon as she stepped outside, Lucy felt the crisp, cold air on her cheeks and the crunch of snow under her boots. She took a deep breath, savoring the fresh, clean scent of winter. The whole town was blanketed in snow, with rooftops, trees, and streets all covered in a soft, white layer. Lucy immediately ran to the front yard, where she began to roll snowballs to build a snowman. Her parents joined her, helping to stack the snowballs and find the perfect accessories to give the snowman character. They used a carrot for the nose, stones for the eyes and mouth, and an old scarf and hat to complete the look. "He's perfect," Lucy exclaimed, admiring their creation. "What should we name him?" "How about Frosty?" Emma suggested with a smile. "Frosty the Snowman it is," Lucy declared, giggling as she patted the snowman's head. As they finished building the snowman, Lucy's best friend, Tommy, came running down the street, bundled up in his own winter gear. "Hey, Lucy. Want to have a snowball fight?" he called out. "Yes. Let's do it," Lucy replied, her eyes sparkling with excitement. The two friends quickly divided into teams, with Lucy and her father on one side and Tommy and his older sister, Sarah, on the other. They began to build snow forts for protection, gathering as many snowballs as they could. The snowball fight was filled with laughter and playful shouts as they ducked behind their forts and launched snowballs at each other. Lucy's cheeks were rosy from the cold and the exhilaration of the game. It was moments like these that she cherished the most, the simple joys of winter bringing everyone together. After a while, they decided to take a break and warm up with some hot cocoa. Lucy's mother had prepared a thermos of steaming hot chocolate, complete with marshmallows. They gathered around the snowman, sipping their drinks and sharing stories of past winters. "Remember the time we built an igloo in the backyard?" Tommy reminisced. "We spent the whole day making it, and it lasted for weeks." "That was so much fun," Lucy agreed, her eyes twinkling with the memory. "Maybe we can build another one this year." As they chatted and laughed, the sun began to peek through the clouds, casting a warm, golden glow over the snowy landscape. The snow sparkled like diamonds, and the whole town seemed to glisten in the light. "Hey, I have an idea," Sarah said, her eyes lighting up. "Let's go sledding down the big hill in the park." "Yes." "That sounds awesome." Tommy and Lucy shouted in unison. They quickly finished their hot cocoa and gathered their sleds, making their way to the park. The hill was a popular spot for sledding, and it was already filled with other children and families enjoying the snow. Lucy climbed to the top of the hill, her heart pounding with excitement. She positioned her sled and looked down at the slope, feeling a rush of adrenaline. With a final push, she launched herself down the hill, the wind whipping through her hair and the snow flying up around her. The ride was exhilarating, and Lucy couldn't help but laugh with pure joy. She reached the bottom of the hill, her cheeks flushed and her eyes sparkling. "That was amazing," she exclaimed as she ran back up the hill for another turn. The day continued with more sledding, snowball fights, and snowman building contests. The whole town seemed to come alive with the spirit of the season, and everywhere Lucy looked, she saw smiling faces and heard the sounds of laughter. As the afternoon turned into evening, the sky began to take on a soft, pink hue, and the first stars appeared, twinkling like tiny diamonds in the winter sky. The townspeople started to head home, but Lucy and her family lingered a little longer, wanting to savor every moment of the magical day. "Let's make snow angels before we go," Lucy suggested, lying down on the snow and moving her arms and legs to create the shape of an angel. Her parents joined her, and soon the yard was filled with a chorus of laughter and the imprint of snow angels. It was a perfect ending to a perfect day. Back at home, they warmed up by the fireplace, sipping more hot cocoa and sharing their favorite moments of the day. Lucy's heart was full, and she felt a deep sense of happiness and contentment. "Today was the best snow day ever," she said, snuggling up to her parents. "I wish it could last forever." Emma smiled and kissed her daughter's forehead. "Every snow day is special, Lucy. And we have many more to look forward to." As Lucy drifted off to sleep that night, she dreamed of snowflakes, sledding, and the joy of being surrounded by family and friends. She knew that no matter how many snow days came and went, the memories they created would last a lifetime. The next morning, Lucy woke up with the same excitement as the day before. She quickly dressed in her winter clothes and rushed downstairs to find her parents already in the kitchen, preparing breakfast. "Can we go outside and play in the snow again today?" Lucy asked eagerly. "Of course, we can," Jack replied with a smile. "But first, let's have a hearty breakfast to give us energy for another fun day." After breakfast, they headed outside once more. The snow was still fresh and inviting, and Lucy was ready to continue the adventures. She and Tommy decided to build the igloo they had talked about the previous day. They worked tirelessly, piling up snow and shaping it into walls. It was hard work, but they were determined. As they built, other children from the neighborhood joined in, and soon they had a small team of helpers. The igloo slowly took shape, becoming a cozy little snow shelter. When they finally finished, they all squeezed inside, laughing and admiring their handiwork. The igloo was warm and snug, and it felt like a secret hideout where they could escape the world outside. "This is amazing," Lucy said, her eyes shining with pride. "We did such a great job." "We sure did," Tommy agreed. "This is the best igloo we've ever built." The children spent the rest of the morning playing in and around the igloo, making up stories and pretending they were explorers in a snowy wilderness. It was a day filled with imagination and creativity, and Lucy felt like she was in a winter fairy tale. As the day went on, Lucy and her friends decided to organize a snowman building contest. They divided into teams and set to work, each group determined to create the most impressive snowman. Lucy, Tommy, and Sarah formed one team, while other groups of children worked nearby. They rolled large snowballs for the body, carefully stacking them and smoothing the surfaces. They used buttons, sticks, and other found objects to give their snowman character and personality. When they were finished, they stood back to admire their creation. Their snowman had a wide smile made of stones, a carrot nose, and a jaunty hat. They even added a scarf and mittens for extra flair. "He's perfect," Lucy said, beaming with pride. The other teams finished their snowmen as well, and they all gathered to judge the results. It was a tough decision, as each snowman had its own unique charm. In the end, they decided that everyone was a winner, and they celebrated with more hot cocoa and treats. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the snowy landscape, the children gathered around a large bonfire in the town square. The adults had organized the bonfire as a way to bring everyone together and celebrate the magic of the season. The fire crackled and popped, sending sparks into the night sky. The townspeople sang songs, shared stories, and roasted marshmallows over the flames. It was a scene of warmth and togetherness, and Lucy felt a deep sense of belonging. As she sat by the fire, her parents beside her, Lucy thought about how lucky she was to live in such a wonderful town. The sense of community and the simple joys of winter made her heart swell with happiness. "This has been the best snow day ever," she said, looking up at the stars twinkling above. "I hope we have many more just like it." Jack put his arm around his daughter and smiled. "We will, Lucy. And we'll cherish every one of them." As the bonfire burned down and the townspeople began to head home, Lucy and her family lingered a little longer, soaking in the warmth and the magic of the moment. They walked home hand in hand, their hearts full of love and joy. Back at home, they settled in for the night, the memories of the day still fresh in their minds. Lucy drifted off to sleep with a smile on her face, dreaming of snowflakes, snowmen, and the wonderful adventures that awaited her in the days to come. The big snow day had come to an end, but the magic of Winter Vale and the love of family and friends would stay with her forever. As winter continued, Lucy and her friends enjoyed many more snow days, each filled with new adventures and cherished memories. They built more igloos, had epic snowball fights, and created an entire village of snowmen. The laughter and joy that filled the air were a testament to the special bond they all shared. One day, as the snow began to melt and the first signs of spring appeared, Lucy and her friends gathered one last time to say goodbye to their winter wonderland. They stood in the park, looking out at the snow-covered landscape, knowing that it would soon be transformed by the warmth of the new season. "It's been an amazing winter," Tommy said, his voice filled with nostalgia. "I can't wait for next year." "Me too," Lucy agreed. "But we still have so much to look forward to in the spring and summer. There will be new adventures and new memories to make." As they said their goodbyes and headed home, Lucy felt a sense of excitement for the future. She knew that no matter the season, the magic of Winter Vale and the love of her family and friends would always be there, bringing joy and happiness to her life. And so, the story of the Big Snow Day became a cherished memory in Lucy's heart, a reminder of the simple joys and the beauty of the world around her. She carried that magic with her, knowing that each day held the promise of new adventures and the warmth of love. The end of winter marked the beginning of a new chapter, and Lucy was ready to embrace it with open arms, her heart full of hope and wonder. The Big Snow Day would always be a part of her, a testament to the power of imagination, friendship, and the magic of the seasons.